All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take Sharp and Shapiro. Hey, it is Halloween night.
I like how grimy this music is.
Yeah, it's time to get out there. Maybe we needed a little Thriller, Michael Jackson, but it is.
No, this is better.
It is a night to go out with your family, go out with your kids.
Sounds like Saw.
Go trick or treating, have a good time. But sometimes Halloween people take it a little bit too far, right? People take it to the edge. Well, here's what I'm talking about. There is a haunted house called an extreme haunted house, and it is in Tennessee, and some people are calling it a torture chamber. What I mean by this is people have to sign a petition. People are touching you. I don't know, God, what else happens in this haunted house, extreme haunted house, but we're going to find out. This report is by Jason Lamb. He's with News Channel 5 out there in Nashville, and this is an extreme haunted house that nobody seems to get through.
Online videos bill the McCamey Manor as the ultimate horror experience. And make no mistake, the waiver you sign before you start there spells it all out.
It's quite lengthy, and it keeps going and going.
Russ McCamey operates McCamey Manor in Lawrence County after working out of California and Illinois in the past. Parts of the show include staged abductions of those who sign up, even shaving off their hair on property right across the street from neighbors.
We did not sign waivers. We did not ask to be exposed to this.
These neighbors, who asked not to be identified, said they're afraid to let their 7-year-old daughter outside anymore with what they've seen here in the past 2 months.
We have heard chainsaws. We have seen people being drugged around the corner of the house. That's scary whenever it looks like someone's being abducted and you're not aware of the fact that this is supposedly a game.
Okay, first of all, I have anxiety. Hearing this woman talk gives me anxiety. Anyway, no, seriously. Nobody's being abducted, okay? You are signing a petition at your own will. To be honest with you, I don't see anything wrong with what they are doing because you have to sign a waiver, and I'm sure they explain to you some of the stuff you're exposed to before you go in there. Also, it's a game where the owner is willing to pay you $20,000 if you get through this haunted house. Now, I'm sure they do some horrible things to you. I don't think they're injuring you in any way, but they're putting bugs all over you from what I understand. There's a lot of disgusting things that they do and some scary things, but this woman is saying, I don't want my daughter exposed to this. First of all, your daughter's not exposed to it, okay? There's nobody there that is forcing your daughter to go to this haunted house. So what is this woman talking about?
The issue is, can you hear the noises from inside the haunted house outside in the neighborhood? And if you can, I also would not want my 2-year-old or 4-year-old or even 10-year-old daughter exposed to that.
So screams.
Imagine the noises that obviously you can't see what's going on, but if you can hear it, then why would you want to hear it?
Well, you know what? Then I would tell my 2-year-old daughter it's Halloween. This is a haunted house, and that's for adults.
Well, first of all, this haunted house is open for months, not just one night. So your daughter's going to hear it all of October. What are you going to tell her then?
It's for adults.
Oh, for the next 31 days, just expect to hear these screams, these primal screams from this house that just looks terrifying.
Well, you know what? I would tell my daughter it's the same screams your mom says when she sees her husband naked. I would say the same thing.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Whatever happens inside the haunted house, obviously, they sign. And Brian, they sign a 40-page waiver to do this, where they agree to be touched. They have no recourse legally at all. And then they're allowed. And then if they actually make it through the haunted house, they get paid $20,000.
Would you try to go through this?
Absolutely not.
Why?
There is no chance in hell.
So for $5,000, you'll go to a restaurant that clearly is serving food that could get you food poisoning. But for $20,000, you wouldn't try to go.
It could happen. I've had food poisoning 3 times, and I guarantee you they'll serve me food 4 times as bad as Kebab Kitchen will ever serve me in this haunted house, along with bugs. Who knows? I mean, they basically in the waiver they basically. They take all your rights away for recourse against them.
Okay, well, you have to be 21 years or older to enter this thing. If they are 18 to 20, you have to have parents' permission. There have been reports of sexual assault, which is really horrible. I would not say that should be allowed at all under any circumstance.
Again, you sign a waiver that says you can be touched, but you cannot touch. So it's all about like mental. They're breaking you down mentally. It's very, very psychologically based. And then the workers who work there can touch you. And you can't touch them, so they could hit you, and you can't hit them back. Imagine someone insulting you in the worst possible way while you're while you're neck deep in a pool of sludge, hitting you in the face and you can't do anything.
Well, doctors, you also have to bring a doctor's note saying that you're physically and mentally clear.
Right.
They also need to show proof of medical insurance, pass a drug test, and sign this detailed, as we mentioned, 40-page waiver. If you're claustrophobic, you're in a lot of trouble. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah, it's over.
I'm very claustrophobic. Even when I get into a plane, I panic a little bit. So this would not work well for me. I would last about 3 seconds.
I mean, I hate scary movies, so this would be
I don't mind
a horrible thing for me as well.
I don't mind people scaring me, and I don't care about all the other stuff. But I'm very claustrophobic. So obviously this would not work out well for me. The point I'm trying to make is this. I get what you're saying, but and by the way, if anyone's getting sexually assaulted, that is a crime. I don't care what waiver you sign. That's a crime.
And I can almost guarantee you that that's happening.
Well, that's a crime. And people should go to jail for doing that sort of thing. You can't feel somebody up just because they sign a waiver. That's ridiculous.
And every single person that goes through there is videotaped.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person that goes through there. So if sexual assault is happening, or if a woman loses her top or something along those lines, who knows what this owner is doing with that videotape? He says it's to protect himself legally. That's why he tapes everybody.
I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to go
I-
in there and just see a behind-the-scenes look of what's going on. I
and-
don't want to be a part of it. I just want to be there to watch it. Is that wrong?
I would be interested in doing that as well. But you know what he takes for payment?
It's free.
It's not free.
According to this, it's free.
It's a bag of dog food.
Well, yes, but they're not charging
Because
money.
he has 4 giant dogs that he just feeds this food to every single day. I mean, it's pretty. And again, I have no problem with the haunted house. I think it's a great idea. I'm sure he's doing very well for himself with and I don't know, with maybe he's selling dog food to someone and getting 60% return on it. I have no idea. But I have an issue if you can hear it from the street, and I don't disagree with what this woman is saying. Again, if you can hear it from the street, and I guarantee you, and it's
what if it was one night?
I'm guessing that you can. If it was one night, okay, fine. If it was just Halloween night, but the average haunted house is 30 days.
I've had a lot of fun in some of these haunted houses. I remember, and I wish they still did it, Circus. They did such a great haunted house. They had like 5 or 6 different haunted houses in there, and I had so much fun. I'm a little claustrophobic, so there were some points where I was a little scared. But I had if you do a haunted house the right way and tastefully, if that's possible, I think it's great. But obviously, I don't support if there's any type of sexual assault there, anything along those lines. Yes, I think that is completely and utterly inappropriate. All right, we are going to take a 21-hour break, folks. And tomorrow on the show, Chris Wynn's going to be filling in for yours truly. JD will be here, so have no worries. And we'll have a lot of fun. They will have a lot of fun. I hope everybody has a lot of fun on Halloween night. I am checking out Marilyn Manson tonight at the Palms. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a good time. But, hopefully be careful with those haunted houses. Have a great night, everybody.